Hello there, Paz Sharma this side bringing you the best chess games going all around the world. Do take time to like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel. You can also support me financially at Patreon and PayPal because your support is my motivation which keeps me going. So coming back to the chess, my favorite game from round 7 of FIDE Online Nations Cup was the game between Viswanathan Anand from India and Teimour Radjabov representing rest of the world from Azerbaijan. So Viswanathan Anand was playing all games. This is his game 7, and in the last round, or I should say yesterday, the first round, which was round 6, he beat Nepomniachtchi. He basically knocked him out in 17 moves. Well, that was in my opinion one of the greatest chess games. Uh, Anand's greatest game, even better than the Aronian game in Vaikansi 2013. So here Vishy with white pieces, Radjabov with black. Vishy opens with d4, knight f6, c4, g6. Do we see another Grunfeld? No, we see King's Indian defense from Teimour Radjabov. So e4, d6, this is pretty standard. The basic initiative is to white tries to control majority of the center and black's aim is to strike back immediately into the center after developing its kingside pieces. Bishop e2, so white prepares to castle, that's very important, and now e5, which is what we see, castles, knight c6, d5 closing the position and attacking the knight, so knight goes to e7. And here the computer suggests knight e1, which to me I don't like that much to play a backward knight's move. What Anand played, I totally agree with that. b4, just pushing the queen side pawns, and because if you play something like knight e1, then a5 is very annoying. It restricts the queen side initiative that white can get. So b4 was a good move. Now a5 from Teimour, Vishy takes, and knight h5. So you might as well think that why didn't he take? Well, there is no hurry in taking in this pawn because there is no good way. If you try queen a4, then b6 attacks this pawn. Pawn won't be able to capture because of the pin. So at the moment this pawn is going nowhere. So better not to bother wasting time, whereas black can try after playing knight h5 to play f5 and f4, just closing the king side position. And with this dark square bishop sitting here, its job is to defend the black king, and which is what the dark square bishop of black is supposed to do in King's Indian positions. And let's see what happens. Knight e2, and now rook takes a5 because knight b3 would have stopped the pawn. So knight b3 attacks the rook, rook goes back to a8, and now bishop takes, g takes, and queen takes. So white has 7 pawns, black has 6 pawns, but still not so significant. Let's see what happens. b6. I think b6 was a move that I didn't like because it served no purpose. This square is covered and it wouldn't have been a good idea developing bishop this side. Okay, what I assume is that he wants to play bishop a6 attacking this pawn, but it would also be defended easily by playing knight e2. So still I don't think that this position should have been played well. b6 should have been played well. Instead he should have tried knight g6 and then with the intention of playing knight f4, again with the similar ideas of playing this, and this pin would be unpleasant for white, but nevertheless Radjabov chose the other option. A4 by Vishy, knight g6 now. One move late, players are realizing their mistakes a move late, so it's quite odd. A5 and now knight f4. This was taken by the bishop. E takes, and position looks pretty well now. Bishop threatening knight, so queen tucks back to f3, defends the knight. But this pin is really unpleasant, and how can Vishy put this knight away from pin? Possibly play rook c1. Well, let's see what happens. B takes a5. Rook takes a5. So he gives up a pawn, and now queen g5. So his idea is to play bishop g4 in this position, which could be unpleasant. And now a good move from Vishy, knight e2. So if now bishop g4, then queen takes. There is no time to take because the queen is en prise. So bishop e5, and now h3, stopping bishop g4. That's a good move. Bishop d7. This knight looks really passive. It cannot go to c6 because this won't be good for white if queens are on the board. Knight b3, rook a8, knight b d4. So that's a good move. Now possibly he's tried to play knight here, and that would be good position. King goes to h8. Rook b1, h6, king h1, just getting out of the pin. King h7. Now knight c6. This was taken, and a simple move would have been to play rook g7. Let's have a very quick look at this move. So white plays g3, f takes, knight takes, bishop takes, and we don't recapture it immediately. Instead we will play rook g1 in this position, just pinning the bishop and the queen against the king. So queen comes to e5, and only now we take. And after king f8, with these two pawns lying here, black has a good compensation for a pawn in this position, and the king is relatively safe on f8. So this position would have been playable, but instead he plays rook a2. Now this was decisive. Watch what happens now. G3, excellent move from Vishy, just trying to break open the king's side, putting this rook on g1, making an undefendable attack on the king's side towards the black king. This f7 is loose. This pawn is 2 squares away from promoting. If this pawn drops, it would be all over. Well, let's go. F takes, necessary. Queen takes f7, remarkable move here. Just an in-between move. Queen g7 offering queen trade. Queen f5 check. Queen g6, and only now taking on g3, so that if queen takes, we take it with the knight, which is what happens. Queen takes f5, knight takes f5. Now you might see this pawn is loose, but no, if this pawn is taken, then rook b7, and this pawn drops, and once this pawn goes, there is no stopping this pawn on c6. Brilliant stuff from the former champion. Rook h, by the way, rook h2 doesn't help because king g1 is a very simple move. Again, rook takes will meet by this, and that will be with check. So after knight takes f5, rook a6, knight e7, good move. Is trying to play this knight here to take this pawn, and if rook here, then rook b7 is way too much for black, and king g7 was too casual. Bishop f6 would have been better, so that if knight comes here, then bishop d8 at least defends this pawn. But king g7 was way too casual. It's now any hope that would have been left is diminished by now. Rook b7, king f7, c7 goes, d5, but this is all in vain. Rook d7 was the final move, and here Radjabov resigned the game. Well, another spectacular game from Viswanathan Anand. He's on a roll. Although he's making some draws, but the wish is on fire. So what happens if takes on c4? Well, then c7, bishop takes, rook takes c7. This pawn is loose. White is a piece up. Knight d5 coming. The checks won't work because king gets a shelter on g2. There's no defense to this rook. Black is totally gone. So Anand was in a really in red hot form, and unluckily Vidit lost again to Ali Reza this time in somewhat tricky end game, which would have been equal. Well, tough times for Vidit. His fourth loss. Here, things aren't going well for the Indian. Whereas Vishy is keeping India's torch very much on fire. I hope you like the video. Thanks for watching. I'll be bringing more games. This round was incredible. Watch my another analysis from this round. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Cheers. Bye.